Good day everyone, and welcome to our channel. In this video, we'll talk about nature's numbers written by Einstein. It appears to us that the universe is structured in a deeply mathematical way. Falling bodies fall with predictable accelerations, eclipses can be accurately forecast centuries in advance, nuclear power plants generate electricity according to well-known formulas. But those examples are only on the tip of the iceberg. In nature's numbers, Ian Stewart presents many more. It's charming in its own way. Stewart admirably captures compelling and accessible mathematical ideas along with the pleasure of thinking them. He writes with clarity and precision. For those who enjoy this sort of thing, will love this book. Ian Stewart's book covers 9 chapters, including Chapter 4, which will briefly explain the constant of change.
Crush, sana yung pagmamahal mo sa akin parang constant. Hindi magbabago.
QC Part 2. Yeah. Hold up.
Kala mo lang yun.
It really hurts ang magmahal ng ganito. Kung sino pang pinili kong hindi makuha ng buo.
I, Julian Ryan Armamigo, together with my friends, Geraldine Donguines, Rena Cañete, and James Sainet Pandis, to discuss further on how mathematicians discover and support their evidences. For a good many centuries, human thought about nature has swung between two opposing point of views. According to one view, the universe obeys fixed, immutable laws and everything exists in a well-defined objective reality. The opposing viewpoint is that there is no such thing as objective reality, that all is flux, all is change. As the Greek philosopher Heraclitus put it, you can't step into the same river twice. The rise of science has largely been governed by the first viewpoint, but there are increasing signs that the prevailing cultural background is starting to switch to the second ways of thinking as diverse as postmodernism, cyberpunk, and chaos theory all blur the alleged objectiveness and reality reopen the ageless debate about rigid laws and flexible change.
When we say Newton, the first thing that comes into our mind is gravity. Together with madness, Newton invented calculus. They provided the techniques of integration and differentiation. Both work side by side. Thus, the other, they tell you that if you know any of the functions like position, velocity, or acceleration at every instant, then you can work out the other two. In Newton's law of physics, the change of nature can describe using mathematical process. One of its example is the rate of change. Rate of change is about the difference between the quantity now and its value an instant into the future. Equation is called differential equations. One of the example of differential equation is the modeling of cancer growth and the spread of a disease. If you are eager to learn about Newton's discoveries, fasten your seatbelts because we're going on a trip to the outer space.
If you are a fan of astronomy, well, you might ask yourself why the Earth and other planets are keep on floating in the solar system.
Well, that comes Sir Isaac Newton's universal gravitation, which he was anchored to the study of Sir Johannes Kepler, which is the planetary motion. So let's go now dive a little deeper onto this topic. So Sir Newton was kept on asking himself, there must be an unseen force. So in a stroke of a genius, he came up with gravity. The very same force that causes an apple to fall onto the ground of the earth. So for Newton, the force of gravity acting to the earth and the object should be directly proportional to the mass of either the object or the earth, and indirectly proportional to the square of the distance that separates the earth and the object. So that ends our slight discussions about Sir Isaac Newton's universal gravitation. So if you want to go dive deeper, so go read a lot of books and go on Google. Arnold diffusion was discovered by Vladimir Arnold in 1964. Arnold diffusion produces an extremely slow, random change in the relative orbitals positions. However, Arnold diffusion concerns the appearance of areas in classical mechanics, dynamical systems, and mechanical physics. Examples of chaotic behavior are first, double tapping, lastly, irregular harmonies. This approach exchanges some techniques, final quantity, then final quantity matters. Lastly, having solutions for these strongly seems to develop as a way for what is changed as well. Instead, more questions like three value problems and formula analysis. For the first time, we are starting to understand nature patterns in their own terms.
For me, math is indeed interesting because we can see math everywhere.
And you can see the beauty of nature in math.
Math makes our life add up.
The only constant is change. It's either create or disintegrate.